Hey guys, Uncle Ray, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. You know, the goal of this channel has always been to get you in the group of people that actually make money. Unfortunately, over 90% of everyone investing in crypto lose money, and I get it. I really get it. It's been brutal. Well guys, I'm going to give you some alpha in this video, and we're going to talk about Zebec. I believe it's one of the best projects with a little bit of momentum behind it that you might want to take a look at. So hit the like button. Let's dive into it. All right. Before we do, guys, I just want to show you something, and I'm not trying to talk you into shorting, or it's not for everyone. But before I started this video earlier today, which has taken me 3 or 4 hours to get it together, I posted this alert because CFX was up like 70%. And I posted an alert in our inner circle. I said, it's got a lot of resistance at this blue line. Now, I just want to show you something, though. Guys, look at that drop. This is all in a matter of hours. That just shows the continual manipulation. Every time something starts to pump, it gives most of it back, if not all of it back. And guys, if you know how to short, you'll be excited about this. This is over a 30% drop from this top right here. That's unbelievable. And then you just had Melania yesterday do the exact same thing, which we called that in the inner circle. And to be honest, guys, that was kind of like free money. If you want to learn to short, we'll talk about it at the end. All right. Now, also, I did a video about a month ago talking about which one would outperform between now and the end of the year, between XRP and Zebec. I'll post a link at the end if you want to watch that video. Just for the record, so far from that day on, Zebec's up about 10, or is outperforming XRP about 15 to 20% for whatever that's worth. Guys, I highly recommend stop being tribal. This comparison isn't which is the best of tech and whatever. It's which one's going to make me the most money. All right, for whatever that's worth. All right, Zebec, guys. Zebec's turning into a powerhouse. Now, the difference between what Zebec's doing and a lot of other layer ones and a lot of other projects is they're not trying to fight the banks and the payments, and they're kind of going into Wall Street's payments and the bank's payments. Because think about it. Think about how many people say work for Coca-Cola. Well, if you can get them to switch their payment structure into paying in stable coins, wow, think about that. And there's not a lot of people really trying to have that niche. And here's the cool thing. When they approach a bank, they're not trying to partner with the banks in a way that gives them a different liability and kind of makes them a partner in their payment structure. It's separated. It's kind of like, look, we don't care if you ever do faster payments or whatever you ever change. What we're going to do is give you a rail that lets you compete across the board. You never have to build your own chain or anything like that. We're going to be your partner in that aspect, and it's working out. Guys, all these companies are getting credit cards and through their banks, through Zebec. Like they have a partner with Ripple and Algorand, which we're going to talk about, but it's mainly for just the use of being able to use their network and pay in any stable coin you want. And right now they have about 15. But guys, this right here, here's some alpha. Hear me out. Now, before I talk about this right here, guys, if you own any token that is a RWA or a payments token, and you haven't watched the Fed's Crypto Payment Innovation Summit, you're not really serious. Because if you watch that, that's where the big boys, the dominant players that rule the flow of money right now, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Visa, MasterCard, BlackRock, all those boys talk about their game plan. Circle. If you're not listening to what they have to say, you're only getting half the story. And of course, you might believe some of this FOMO BS out there. Watch that. I'll leave a link. I'll pin it in the comments by my email. Now, Zebec just partnered with ARC. Most people don't know what ARC is. But guys, Circle is going to challenge USDT. Now, they're pretty far off, but they're gaining ground every day. And when you read their roadmap, it's impressive. And I believe that will end up being the winner. But it might be like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. But it's going to get really close. Well, ARC is their new Layer 1. No token to buy, unfortunately. Now, guys, it's bigger, it's faster, has more liquidity, and it gets rid of the need for a bridge token. So it can do everything, for example, XRP can do, and then some, and it does it faster and more secure. And it already has more adoption. For whatever that's worth, guys, for the big picture, it's just like the launch of the Canton Network. You got to pay attention, guys, because you're going to wake up, and when they flip the switch, you're going to go, what are these players doing here? Well, guys, I've been following this for 3.5 years, calling for it, and now they're dominating, whether we like that or not. And if you don't understand that, you're just going to be left holding the bag, and you're going to be exit liquidity for all the people that understand this. And I say that with love. But that is a massive announcement. All right. I'll also leave this link if you want to watch it. Guys, this is one of the best articles I've found on Zebec. It was on Instagram. And it talks about all the stuff they are doing, the ISO, everything. And it's a lot. And they're just knocking out their milestones left and right. Now, check this out, guys. One of the things they mentioned in the article, which helped me find this, is they have partnered with Uphold. Here's some more alpha. Is Uphold wants to compete with like Coinbase and then some. It is a powerhouse. It's young and it's working hard, but they want to have stocks, commodities, crypto, everything that Coinbase does. They want to do the same thing. But what they've done, they've partnered with Zebec, not for just listing their token, but to team up with all these sports franchises across the globe, like in the NHL and the NBA. And they have signed up like 16 in some of the biggest cities like Baltimore and Atlanta, Las Vegas, where they're going to use those stadiums and all that as advertisement. And they're going to accept crypto, but they're mainly going to use it to help onboard and get the word out about how businesses, for example, can pay their employees through Zebec and things like that. It's a good marketing strategy. All right, let's talk about ISO, which is probably why most people came here. Now, right now, Zebec is fully compliant in its infrastructure for being ISO. However, it's going through like Algorand to be fully compliant. Now, they are working on being fully compliant without Algorand's infrastructure. But guys, I don't think most people understand what ISO is, so I want to make it clear. Guys, ISO isn't that important at all as far as who is ISO certified to Swift. Swift doesn't need any help. They got it. Now, they probably need Link's help. But basically, you have to be ISO certified to do anything with the bank. You can never send, say, your XRP into your bank account through Swift or through a bank without XRP being ISO certified. But it's like getting a real estate license. doesn't mean you're going to sell a house, and it damn sure doesn't mean you're going to compete with like Remax. Every bank across the world, guys, is ISO certified that's connected with SWIFT. Like JP Morgan is ISO certified, and they have instant payment, and they're SWIFT's biggest customer and biggest partner. So don't let all these hyped up people tell you that, you know, they're going to flip that switch and ISO is going to go live and all these Dino tokens are going to pump, which they may, but if they do, I'll be there to short it. So to prove the point, this is Zebec's website. They are fully looking to get compliant, and then they'll get away or create a different partnership with Algorand for whatever that's worth. So that being said, guys, I think Zebec could turn into a powerhouse. Now for me, I'm stacking it, and I'm probably even going to buy some on low leverage, like 2 or 3x leverage. But I want to be clear, guys, I'm not hodling any of this stuff. Once they start to pump, I'm starting to take profits and get ready to short. That's what works for me. That's all I know to do, because this tech is just software and code, and the big boys are going to pick out a few that they need, like Solana, maybe Zebec, and Ethereum, obviously, Lena. But outside of that, Canton Network, most of these are just going to die. And even if they stick around, like HBAR is phenomenal. Doesn't mean it needs to pump or have a high price. Once that speculation goes away, I could see HBAR being a powerhouse, a household name, but the price still be at 10 cents, for whatever that's worth. That being said, guys, if you want to learn to short, I truly believe I have the best shorting course on the planet. Now, we short the pumps. We short the new all-time highs. We short things that pump just like we did today. When it's pumping and everything else is red, guys, most of the time, they come all the way back. It's just pure manipulation. If you focus on the game and the manipulation and how the smart money thinks, and just start acting like them, I think you can do extremely well. I'm extremely bullish. I still believe you can make life-changing gains. But can you just buy a token and hold it for 6 months? No. And make it 15, 20, 25, 50x? Good luck to all of us. I hope that happens, because I do have some big bags and I'll do okay with that. But I'm not waiting around and using a strategy for altcoin season to bail me out. And guys, if you're hodling, y'all really need to do some research on Wall Street. But anyway, I want to build the best shorting community on the planet, and I think that course will get you kick-started. It's only $250, guys. It has 13 videos. Comes with a Zoom call. And we walk you through everything you're going to need to understand my strategy. You have the Zoom call to get your questions answered, to make sure you're on the right track. And then you get 5 months of my inner circle. That's worth more than the $250. So you get all that for $250. Now, you also get you also have an opportunity for my portfolio course if you need some help with your portfolio. If you want someone to take a look at it, guys, you get my portfolio course that answers pretty much every question you have as far as tokenomics, market cap, how to compare, how to make things meet your risk reward for taking profits, dollar cost averaging, all that. It's only $250 as well. Comes with a Zoom call and 5 months of my inner circle. Or you can just join the inner circle. That being said, guys, I really think you should learn to short if you're going to hodl, even if you're just going to hedge your position. It will save you a lot of money, because we know when the bear market gets here, guys, some people say it's here, man, everything is just going to crash like 90+%. Everything. At best, maybe something like Solana or Ethereum or even Bitcoin might not crash but say 50%. But I truly believe they will from whatever high they make in this cycle. And those are the three strongest ones we have. And you can argue that all you want, but the ETF might keep them from crashing. But I don't think so, because Wall Street has less risk tolerance than us degens. Anyway, guys, that being said, when things start to pump, I hope you have a good game plan to take profits, because if you're not taking profits along the way, the odds of you nailing the top, or the odds of your favorite altcoin hitting that number that you think, probably not going to happen. Over 90%, guys, of all altcoins don't hit a new all-time high in its second bull run. XRP, XLM, IOTA, I could go on and on. HBAR is probably going to be in the same boat. For whatever that's worth, I wish someone would have been that honest with me 4 years ago when I first got into crypto. But it matters, guys. Study your history, play the probabilities, take profits along the way, learn the short. You'll do well. That being said, guys, remember, if the majority were right, the majority be rich. So for whatever that's worth, that's all I got, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Hit that like button. Doesn't cost anything. And come back, subscribe, be part of this community. Take care, guys.